Hello students, welcome to APG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sanjeet Sharma from Government College Nadon, Himachal Pradesh. Today we are going to talk on module preparation of trial balance from paper accounting and financial analysis. After studying this module, the students may able to know about the meaning, definitions, features and objectives of trial balance, methods for preparing trial balance, limitation of trial balance, errors revealed and not revealed by trial balance, and location of errors. Every transaction has two aspects. It is the basic principle of double entry system. One aspect is debited and another aspect is credited with an equal amount. Thus, for series of transactions, there will be series of debits and credits with equal amount. If the various accounts in the ledger are balanced, then the total of debit balances and credit balances should be same, and if accounts are arithmetic correct. The statement which is prepared with the total of debit and credit side of all the accounts of ledger or with the debit and credit balances of ledger accounts is called trial balance. Now, what is trial balance? A trial balance can be defined as a statement of debit and credit totals or balances taken from various accounts in ledger to test the arithmetical accuracy of the basis of accounts on any particular date. Thus, a trial balance can be prepared at the end of the financial year when final accounts are to be prepared. It is prepared before preparing the final accounts, that is trading, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Because if the total of debits disagree with the total of credits, then it shows that there are some errors which must be rectified. Otherwise, the final accounts will not show the true and fair view of the business. Thus, it can be said that trial balance acts as a bridge which connects ledger account and final accounts. Now, trial balance is a statement, not an account. It is prepared either from the total or balances of the various accounts in the ledger. It is generally prepared at the end of the accounting year when final accounts are to be prepared. It is a connecting link between the various accounts of ledger and final account. The total of debits and credits or the total of debit and credit balances of various accounts of ledger should agree, otherwise some errors are there. Thus, it helps in locating certain errors, but it cannot locate all types of errors. Objectives of preparing trial balance. By preparing trial balance, we can have all balances of various accounts of ledger at the one place, which will avoid the necessity of going through different pages of ledger to get the balances of various accounts for the preparation of final accounts. We can check the completion of double entry system with the help of trial balance. If the total of debit and credit is equal, then we can believe that the double entry system is complete and arithmetically accurate. If the total and credit side of all trial balances do not agree, it means some errors in recording or posting or balancing of accounts might have occurred, which are to be rectified before preparation of final accounts. As the basic objectives of accounting is the preparation of final accounts, which can be easily and accurately prepared after preparing the trial balance. Let us discuss the methods of preparation of trial balance. A trial balance can be prepared either by total method or balance method, but balance method is used in practice. Total method. Under this method, total of debits and credit of various accounts of ledger are taken and shown on the debit total and credit total of trial balance. If the debit total and credit total are equal, then it is believed that accounts are reasonably correct, otherwise not. This method is not used in practice. Balance method. Now, why balancing of ledger accounts? Two sides of ledger accounts are balanced by putting balancing figure in the side which is short in total. If the debit side is greater than credit side, balancing figure will be put on credit side of that account, and the balance is called debit balance. On the other hand, if credit balance is greater than the debit balance, then the balancing figure will fall on the debit side and account is said to have credit balance. Under the balance method of preparing of trial balance, the debit and credit balances of various accounts are shown in trial balance, and the total of debit and credit should be equal. This method is usually used in practice. This method will be clearer with the help of following examples. The methods of preparation of trial balance can be divided into two parts, which is clear from this picture that there are two methods. One is total method and second is balance method. Total method uses the total of debit and totals of credit, whereas the balance method uses balance of debit side or debit balances or credit balances. And the balance method is more used in practice as compared to total method. Balance method is based upon the balances and provide more clear results, and due to this is used more in the practice. For the purpose of providing clarity about trial balance, this table is given, and in this table transactions such as capital, furniture, cash in hand, cash at bank, electricity expenses, carries inward, office equipment, sundry debtor, machinery and salaries, sales, sundry creditor, rent, stationery, outstanding expenses, fixed deposit, discount paid, opening stock, discount received, postage and telegraph are given. For the purpose of preparing trial balance, first of all, we have to identify all those accounts which have got debit balance and credit balance. So, in these transactions, for example, the capital has credit balance, furniture has debit balance, cash in hand debit balance, cash at bank debit balance, electricity expenses debit balance, carries inward debit balance, office equipment debit balance, sundry debtors debit balance, machinery debit balance, salaries debit balance, sales credit balance, sundry creditor credit balance, rent debit balance, stationery debit balance, outstanding expenses credit balance, fixed deposit debit balance, discount paid debit balance, opening stock debit balance, discount received credit balance, postage and telegram debit balance. So for the purpose of preparing trial balance, we must have the idea about the balances, and after knowing the balances of each and every item, we can prepare the trial balance. A trial balance is shown in this picture, and it is clear from this picture that all transactions or accounts which have debit balance are shown in debit column, and all items which have got credit balance are shown on credit side. For example, capital which has got credit balance is shown on the credit column. Furniture which has got debit balance, its amount is shown on the debit column. Cash in hand debit side, cash at bank, debit side, electricity expenses, debit side, carriage inward, debit side, office equipment, debit side, sundry debtors, debit side, machinery, debit side, salaries, debit side, sales, because the balance of sales is credit, so its amount is shown on the credit side. Sundry creditor is also shown on the credit side, rent on debit side, stationery on the debit side, outstanding expenses on the credit side, fixed deposit on debit side, discount paid debit side, opening stock debit side, discount received credit side, postage and telegraph debit side. Now, when these columns are totaled, we can see that total of debit side and credit side match. It makes clear that there is no error and these accounts or these transactions are complete according to double entry system, and there is no arithmetic mistake or error. If these total did not match, then there will be some errors and we have to rectify those errors before preparing the trial balance, and these errors can be rectified with the help of various measures, or if it is not possible to rectify those errors, then help of suspense account can also be taken. Errors revealed by the trial balance. There are some errors which are revealed by trial balance. Any amount which is not posted from journal to ledger is an error which will make difference in the total of debit and credit of trial balance. Similarly, balance of any accounts of ledgers not recorded in trial balance will be revealed at the time of preparing trial balance. Some other errors like wrong totaling, balancing of ledgers, wrong totaling of journal, wrong posting of into ledger and posting of wrong amount in ledger are revealed by trial balance when total of debit and credit balances of trial balance do not agree. An item omitted to be posted from a subsidiary book into ledger. A purchase of rupees 2000 from Ram omitted to be credited to his account, and as a result of this error, the figure of sundry creditor to be shown in trial balance will reduce by 2000 and total of credit side of trial balance will be 2000 less as compared to debit side of trial balance. Posting of wrong amount to a ledger account. A credit sale of rupees 1000 to Mohan wrongly posted to his account rupees 100. The effect of this error will be that the figure of sundry debtor will be reduced by 900 and the total of debit side of trial balance will be rupees 900 less than total of the credit side of the trial balance. Posting an amount to wrong side of the ledger account. For example, rupees 70 discount allowed to a customer wrongly posted to the credit instead of debit side of the discount account. As a result of this error, the credit side of trial balance will exceed by rupees 70. Wrong addition or balancing of ledger accounts. While balancing capital account, at the end of the financial year, credit balance of 49,000 wrongly taken as 39,000. As a result of this error, credit total of the trial balance will short 10,000. An item in subsidiary book posted twice in ledger account. For example, a payment of rupees 3,000 to a creditor posted twice to his account. Other errors which are revealed by trial balance include omission of a balance of an account in the trial balance, balance of some account wrongly entered in trial balance, balance of some account written to wrong side of the trial balance, and error in the totaling of the trial balance will bring the disagreement of the trial balance. Now, errors which are not revealed by trial balance. There are certain errors which are not revealed by trial balance. If a transaction is omitted to be recorded in journal, it is called error of omission, and trial balance is not affected by it. Wrong recording in the journal and posting to wrong account with the correct amount and correct side will not affect agreement of trial balance. This is called error of omission. If one error compensates the effect of other error, for example, overstating of debit side of one account will be compensated by overstating of credit side of another account. These are two errors. One error is compensating the effect of another error and will not affect the agreement of trial balance. These errors are called compensating error, and there may be an error of accounting principle. For example, revenue expenditure may be treated capital expenditure or vice versa. Such errors do not affect trial balance and are not revealed by trial balance. Omission of an entry in a subsidiary books. If an entry has not been recorded in subsidiary book, both the debit and credit of that transaction would be omitted and the agreement of trial balance will not be affected by any way. For example, goods purchased from Ram and the entry is not recorded in purchase book, then it means there will be no debit and no credit for that particular entry and it will have no effect on the agreement of the trial balance. Further, a wrong entry in a subsidiary book. For example, if a credit purchase of rupees 198 from Mohan is wrongly written as 189 in the purchase book, such an error will not be disclosed by the trial balance, as the posting on both the debit side of purchase account and credit side of Mohan account will be with the wrong amount 189. So the trial balance will agree and this entry will not affect the trial balance in any way. Further, the posting of an item to the correct side but in the wrong account. If posting of an item to the correct side is done but it is done in a wrong account, then also this error will not be disclosed by trial balance. For example, if a purchase of rupees 200 is made from Dhani Ram, then this amount should be credited to Dhani Ram's account, but this amount has been credited to Santi Ram instead of Dhani Ram. It will not affect agreement of the trial balance because the account will be credited by 200 and so the trial balance will not deduct such error. Next, compensating error. These are errors which compensate themselves in the net result. For example, over debits of various accounts being neutralized by over credits or under credits of the same extent of some other accounts. These are called compensating error because one error compensates the effect of another error and these errors will not have any effect on the agreement of the trial balance. Error of principle. Error of principles will not affect agreement of the trial balance as they arise from the debiting or crediting of wrong heads of accounts which are inconsistent with the fundamental principles of double entry accounting. For example, wages paid on installation of machinery. The entry should be passed according to double entry system, machinery account debited to cash. That machinery account should be debited in this entry. But due to lack of knowledge, sometimes some persons may pass entry wages account debited to cash. So instead of debiting machinery, wages account is debited. But this error will have no effect on the matching of the trial balance. Even it lies in accounts, the trial balance fails to disclose this type of errors. Location of errors is very much important. Whenever trial balance disagrees, the following steps should be taken to locate the causes of the differences. First of all, check the totals of the trial balance and determine the exact amount of difference in the trial balance. Secondly, divide the difference of the amount revealed in the trial balance by 2 and find out if there is any balance of the same amount in the trial balance. It may be possible that such a balance might have been recorded on the wrong side of the trial balance, that causing differences of double the amount. If the mistake is not located by above 2 steps, the difference in the trial balance should be divided by 9. If the difference is evenly divisible by 9, the error may be due to transposition or transplacement of figures. A transplacement takes place when the digit of numbers are moved to the left or right. Lastly, recheck that balances of all accounts including cash and bank balances which have been included in the trial balance. Location of errors. Recheck that opening balances have been correctly brought forward in current year's book. If the difference is of large amount, then trial balance of the current year is to be compared with the previous year and see that the figure under similar head of account are very near the same as those of the previous year. Whether their balances fall on the same side of the trial balance, if difference between the previous year figures and current year figures is large one, establish the causes of the difference. If the above listed steps fail to deduct the error, check the work as follows. Check the total subsidiary books, paying particular attention to carry forward. Check the posting made from journal or subsidiary books in ledger. Recheck the balances taken from ledger. Recast the list of balances. Location of errors can be cleared with the help of following example. A bookkeeper taking out a trial balance as on 30th June 2014 found that it did not agree. He proceeds to check the entries and discovered the following errors. Error 1. A credit sale of 1000 to Anil had been correctly entered in sale book, but Anil's account had been debited with ₹100 only. Now, solution of this error. Anil account has been given less debit for ₹900, so the debit side of the trial balance will be short by ₹990. Error. The total of bills receivable book ₹5000 had been posted to credit of bills receivable book. This error will not affect agreement of trial balance because the posting of bills payable book has been made to the correct side but in the wrong account. The current credit given to bills receivable account instead of bills payable account does not affecting the agreement of the trial balance. Error. ₹100 owing by a customer had been omitted from list of debtors. Sundry debtor have been shown in the trial balance with a less amount 100, the debit side of trial balance is short by rupees 100. Error: the discount column of cash book representing discount allowed to customer has been over added by rupees 10. Solution: discount account has been given an excess credit of rupees 10, so debit side of trial balance exceed by rupees 10. Error: 2500 paid to Ram had been wrongly posted to Sham. This error will not affect the agreement of trial balance because the amount paid has been posted to right side through to a wrong account. Error: goods worth 100 taken by proprietor omitted to be recorded in the books. Solution: the error will have no effect on the agreement of the trial balance because dual aspect of entry has been omitted. Error: depreciation on furniture rupees 100 had not been posted to depreciation account. Now solution: depreciation on furniture has not been debited to depreciation account, so debit side of depreciation account will short by 100. Error: the total of sale book had been added rupees 1000 short. The sale account has been given less credit of rupees 1000, so credit side of the trial balance would be short by 1000. The combined effect of all the error is that the credit side of trial balance would exceed by debit side by rupees 90. Now what is suspense account? If it is not possible to locate the errors in spite of the above steps, the difference of trial balance is transferred to the suspense account and the trial balance is thus tallied. Later on, when errors will be located, they can be rectified through the suspense account. The suspense account will be eliminated when all errors will be located. Now, limitations of trial balance. Trial balance also suffers from certain limitations. It cannot be prepared without adopting double entry system of accounting, which may be difficult for the small concerns. There are certain errors which are not located by the trial balance because such errors do not make any difference in total of debit and credit of trial balance. Thus, wrong final account will be prepared which don't reveal true and fair view of the state of affairs of the business. This leads the various interested peoples to take wrong decisions by taking incorrect information from the final accounts. However, these limitations cannot reduce the importance of trial balance. If all the errors which affect and don't affect the trial balance are considered properly before preparation of final accounts. We can summarize that trial balance is a statement of debit and credit total or balances taken from various accounts in ledger. The total of debit and credit of trial balance should be equal because for every transaction one account is given debit and another account is given credit with the equal amount. Thus, it enables us to test the arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts. It acts as a connecting link between the ledger and final accounts. Final accounts, that is trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet, are prepared with the help of trial balance. Thus, it can be said that trial balance is a statement and not an account. It is prepared from various accounts in ledger and it helps in the preparation of final accounts. It is helpful for locating certain errors which affect the trial balance. Such errors include error of partial omission, error of commission, error of principal, and compensated errors which are not revealed by the trial balance. These errors do not make any difference in the total of debit and credit of trial balance. Thus, wrong final accounts will be prepared which will not reveal true and fair view of the state of affairs of the business. It can lead the various interested people to take wrong decisions by using wrong information from the final accounts. Thus, agreement of trial balance should be vigilant in this regard before preparing the final accounts. Trial balance can be prepared either by total method or by balance method. In total method, total of debit and credit of various accounts in ledger are recorded in the trial balance. In this method is not usually adopted in practice. Under balance method, balances of various accounts of ledgers are taken and recorded in trial balance. This method is used in practice.